Hello everyone, and welcome to our first lecture on neuroimaging classifications. A basic definition, but important definition of neuroimaging is the following. It is the direct or indirect imaging of the central nervous system. The most important aspect of this definition is the fact that it can be direct or indirect. The assumption often is that imaging looks at physical structure of what we're scanning only. For neuroimaging especially, this is not true. And that is why a classification system is important to understand. Now, in terms of neuroimaging, there are two major categories. The first is structural imaging, and the second is functional imaging. Each of these answers a different but very important question depending on the research question that you are asking. So structural imaging asks us, what does the brain look like? This is the question that we're probably more used to expecting from any kind of imaging technique. What does the brain look like? This can help us answer questions in terms of anatomy. So what is the actual structure of what we're looking at? Physical pathology. So is there any physical damage to the brain? And also physical injury. Functional neuroimaging, on the other hand, asks a very distinct question. It asks, what exactly is the brain doing? And this is important because often we can't see an anatomical issue, we often can't see pathologies, and we often can't see injuries yet in some scenarios. So we'll have to look at what the brain is doing in case something is going wrong. Things like, so any kind of process that we can measure is picked up by functional imaging. And processes include metabolic processes. So, in easier words, biochemistry. It includes pharmacologic. So how are drugs interacting inside the brain? And it can also include cognitive. So what are we thinking? And examples of structural imaging include CT, and CT, or also known as computed tomography, and MRI, or magnetic resonance imaging. Functional imaging, on the other hand, includes EEG, so electroencephalography, or fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging, or PET, positron emission tomography. There are many more in each category, but these, I believe, are the most basic.